Excessive executive compensation is a hot-button issue and a major critique of modern U.S. corporate governance. There are 4 underlying factors that contribute to exorbitant CEO pay. First is benchmarking and ratcheting. In setting CEO compensation, most firms target their cash compensation, the salary plus the bonus, to around the 50th percentile in their peer group, and they target long-term pay to the 75th percentile. This kind of benchmarking naturally leads to ratcheting up of compensation, as total compensation is continually being set at an amount that is above the peer population on average, which raises the average each year. Total levels of compensation also are highly dependent on the companies that the board chooses to include in the peer group. The board has a lot of discretion in populating the peer group, and it will often err on the side of including better paying peers, which tends to increase pay. Second, CEO compensation is rapidly increasing because of increased activity within the lateral market for talent. External hires are more expensive to recruit. They require a first-year compensation that is approximately 50% higher on average than internal hires. The third reason for excessive CEO compensation is governance failures. CEOs that have too much power over their board can push for greater compensation. CEOs might also increase their compensation by engaging in inefficient acquisitions, a practice that's referred to as empire building, as company size is a major determinant of CEO pay. But the primary contributor to increasing CEO pay is by far the rise of incentive-based pay packages that attach CEO pay to market performance. CEOs' realized direct compensation today is remarkably tightly correlated with the overall market performance of their index. Problematically, however, other workers at U.S. companies are not also enjoying pay increases as their company's performance increases. This leads to tremendous pay disparities between the CEO and lower-level employees. And these large pay disparities can do a lot of damage to a firm by harming its relationships with key stakeholders. Inside the firm, pay disparities reduce employee morale, output, even attendance. Outside the firm, excessive CEO compensation exacerbates income inequality across broader society. And income inequality in turn predicts extremely damaging sociological effects, like underinvestment in collective goods, including education, public health, and infrastructure, lower long-term GDP growth, and higher crime rates. These negative externalities support regulatory interventions to curb excessive executive pay and provide support for approaches that allot more modest CEO compensation.